Nice. Nice. Oh, beautiful. Getting the ball to the ram. Playing a lovely ball inside to my right-sided striker, who then plays a lovely ball into my left-sided striker. It's why I love the 4-2-2. So easy. Yes then YouTube, the 4-2-2, an amazing formation. I haven't actually dropped an updated 4-2-2 on this new patch because I've been trying it out, trying to perfect it, hence why it's taken me a little bit of a while to get it out. But before we get into the video YouTube, drop this video a like for me, drop a comment down below if you have any questions. Remember, I do reply to every single comment, and if you can please hit that subscribe button to my channel, that would mean the world to me. So, without any further ado, let's get into the custom tactic. For your cheapest and most reliable place to buy your FC24 coins, check out mmoexp.com. Link is down in the description below. Use the code WOLF at the checkout for 5% off your order. Balanced on the defensive style, 100% the way to go. Like I've said in a lot of my recent videos on this new patch, I really do think press after possession loss and pressure on heavy touch has taken a bit of a hit on this latest patch. I don't know if any of you agree, but especially with the pressure on heavy touch, I'm really finding that it drains your stamina way more than it did pre-patch. So even though I do think pressure on heavy touch is good, like it is good, definitely good and viable, if you were to use it for minute 1 of the game, your players would be absolutely dead on their feet by about the 60th, even the 55th minute in game. It's actually mad how much they've drained your stamina. I don't know whether it's because of the 71 depth that they did patch, and they kind of thought we don't really want a pressing tactic to be OP, so that's why they've completely nerfed the pressure on every touch in the ground. Maybe that was the case, you know, we don't really know, but definitely balanced on the defensive style. The defensive width, we are going to want to go very narrow, all the way down to 38. Yes, there are some random numbers in this set of custom tactics. 38 depth. Remember what happens on this latest patch, by the way, that the game is trying to force our defenders and our defensive structure out wide to try and stop the byline meta, I think is why EA did it, and also to stop the easy switches of play. That's what I'm talking about, by the way, making us a little bit more narrow, making us harder to break down. Very key. But because of that, it then leaves a nice big gap in the middle of the pitch for our opponent to exploit. So what do we need to do? We need to counteract that. So we go a little bit more narrow. And I've noticed with the 38 width, I know it's a very random number, but I've noticed that my back four in general is like, they're in a good spot because they're not really narrow. They're not literally defending the width of the goalpost, but also they're not really wide. So we can still stop the switches of play if we want to, and we choose to do so. But with the 38 width, I just really like it. I really do. The defensive depth. Now, here we go. I have gone up to 57 on the 4-2-2. Remember, we do have 2 CDMs in the 4-2-2, which is such a key underrated aspect, especially with the defensive structure. So because we do have the 2 CDMs, we can afford to be a little bit more aggressive than we would normally be if we were using, for example, a 4-4-2, another formation that I really like. And I will actually have an updated 4-4-2 video out for you tomorrow. I just feel like we can get away with being a little bit more aggressive and be a little bit more risky with our defensive structure. So normally I would recommend like a 55 or a 53 or something like that. I was trying 60, something that I did try before, but I was conceding quite a few goals for my standards that I thought, well, something's going wrong with there. So I took it down to 57, and all of a sudden I was just, wow, unbelievable. I really liked it. So 57 or 58, it doesn't really matter which one you want to use. There's not much of a big difference, but they're the 2 that I would recommend. The offense, build-up, play, and chance creation, of course, is going to be balanced and direct passing. Yes, you guessed it. I don't really think there's anything other than balanced and direct passing that I can recommend you. Like, if I was to recommend something else, genuinely YouTube, I'd be bullshitting you, and I don't want to do that. You know my custom tactics, they are tried and tested. That's why I only upload certain formations. There's some formations that I have not touched all year in terms of putting it out on YouTube, because when I've tried out the custom tactics, blah I didn't like it, so I'm not going to upload a video that I think's crap, right? So balance of direct passing. Offensive width, I've actually gone a little bit more narrow, down to 44. Yes, 44. A very random number, but if you listen to what I said at the start of the video in terms of on this patch, it is trying to force the defensive structure of a team out wide. So what do? We need to go narrow. We need to go a little bit more narrow. Make the lamb and the ram, the left-sided cam and the right-sided cam, make them pick up more central positions, giving us a nice bit of open space in the middle of the pitch to operate in, because our opponent's defensive structure will be forced out wide, kind of like ours is anyway. So we need to force the ball through to the middle of the pitch. Not like a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, but you do want that left-sided cam and that right-sided cam just to pick up spaces in that number 10 position. Kind of think it like a Aston Villa under Unai Emery. Come on, you Villa boys. Think of it like that, where we've got McGinn, Jacob Ramsey. They will drift inside a little bit. That's how I play the 4-2-2. Players in the box, of course, is going to be 7. Very easy. More players in the box, more goals we will score. My spreadsheet and my data backs it up. If you are conceding too many goals, though, and your defensive side is probably your weakest aspect of your FIFA or EAFC game, should I say, maybe lower it down to 6, you know, because 7 players in the box, it is a lot in terms of the number. It's not actually 7 players on the pitch in the box. It's just a number, 7 players in the box. If you are conceding too many goals and you're thinking, I've got too many men going forward, or women, you've got too many people going forward, put it down to 6, you know, but I really like 7. 2 corners and 2 free kicks. Custom tactics done. I'm now going to show you the players' instructions and telling you which players to use in that position as well. First of all, both of my strikers are on stay central, get in behind, and come back on defence. The key thing with the 4-2-2, like I say in all of my 4-2-2 videos, is to try and close that gap off that we see in the middle of the pitch. I want that gap to be closed off. I don't like to have a big gap between my 2 CDMs and my 2 strikers. I find it a little bit hard when my 2 CDMs get the ball and my 2 strikers are just completely high up the pitch. I don't really want that in terms of sometimes I want to pass through the lines, which is why I put my strikers on comeback on defence. The stay central and getting behind as well is an absolute bread and butter, an absolute staple. One thing I would say though is, if you're someone that doesn't like having both your strikers on the same thing, put one of the strikers, so maybe the least quick, the striker that you've got that's not as quick as the other striker, put that striker on mixed attack. So for me, on my RTG, it would be Neymar. He'd be the one that goes on mixed attack, just to try and mix up the attack a little bit, so both the strikers then aren't running in behind. Some really key players that I think are amazing up front in the 4-2-2 are like a Neymar, an Eto'o, a Suker. There are a lot of players that you can use. If you have any questions about some strikers or any players, drop me a comment down below. I will reply. The left-sided cam and the right-sided cam are on exactly the same thing. So come back on defence and get into the box for cross. I have been very much experimenting with having one of them and both of them on free roam. I like it. I do. So if you're maybe wanting one of your cams to kind of like play in that number 10 pocket space, you know, put that cam that you want there to be on free roam. But at this moment in time, I'm really liking having both of my left-sided cam and my right-sided cam just on stick to position, because we've gone a little bit more narrow on the offensive width of the custom tactics. They will naturally pick up nice spots in the middle of the pitch and drift inwards. Very, very, very key, especially when I've got like a player of the month, Griezmann, with the finesse shot trait, and also a Robert Pires with the finesse shot trait. They're very, very, very key. Coming inside, picking up the pockets of space to then hit the finesse shots. Some key players there. It does not matter if those players are slow, in my opinion. I wouldn't go below like a 75 pace just in general on FIFA, but you can use like an actual cam there if you want to, you know, players of any ilk. Drop me a comment down below and I will tell you if they will work there. And they get into the box for cross as well. I want my cams to be in the box, creating goal scoring opportunities and scoring goals. It's very, very, very simple. That's what I like from my cams. The more players that we have in the box, YouTube, remember, like I always say, the more likely we are to score a goal and the more goals we do score. Now, both my CDMs, I'll start off with the more defensive-minded one. So, when you have 2 CDMs, especially in the 4-2-2, you can definitely use an attacker as one of the CDMs. I know you might call me mad, but you can definitely use an actual cam in them CDM positions, or even a bit of a winger if you want to. As long as you've got one of your CDMs, like a Yaya Toure, like a Rodri, you know, these type of players, there is an actual CDM. A Jude Bellingham would be a really good example and stuff like that. You can then use an attacker as your other CDM. So the CDM that is the proper CDM, you know, for me on my RTG, it is my Yaya Toure. I use him as like the Rodri or the Boubacar Kamara role. I would put that player on stay back while attacking and cover centre. So that CDM, that left-sided CDM for me, won't move from that middle of the pitch. It will just stay there, breaking up the play, and then when he gets the ball, gives the ball to the better players that can do more when they have the ball and stuff like that. That's what I really like from my left-sided CDM. Then the more attack-minded CDM, even though I'm an RTG, it is Michael Ballack. He's actually got really good attacking stats, which is why I use him in this right CDM role. Have that more attack-minded CDM on get forward and cover centre. Very, very, very key and an underrated point. So my right CDM, my Michael Ballack, will get forward and help out in the attacking side of the game. He won't be right up there next to Samuel Eto'o and Neymar, my 2 strikers. It will kind of push into like that central cam position. A really, really, really OP thing that I've actually done. And then the left CDM, of course, the more defensive-minded CDM, stay back while attacking and cover centre. Breaking up the play, giving the ball to the better players. My left back and my right back, I personally, YouTube, don't attack with them in the 4-2-2. So I have both of them Unstay back while attacking. I don't really see the need or the want to really attack with my left back on my right back. If you really want to be all out attack, you can put them on join the attack and overlap on the outside of the lamb and the ram. I don't like that. I like to be defensively solid with my left back and my right back and defending a back four in the 4-2-2. Both of my centre backs are on stay back while attacking. Completely default settings. I don't touch them. And then last but not least, my goalkeeper comes for crosses and sweeper keeper. So without any further ado, I'm going to show you some gameplay clips. Beautiful here from Neymar. Good. And there you see there, my Michael Ballack drifting forward a little bit. Really key. Beautiful. Eto'o. Eto'o. Oh, he's beautiful. And there, a little bit of a key example why I have both my strikers on stay central and getting behind. Making them penetrating runs in behind. So needed. Beautiful. Again, you see my right-sided cam there, picking up that number 10 spot. Love it. And it's actually probably going to get us a goal here. Samuel Eto'o keeps running down the line. Oh. My Michael Ballack. Beautiful. Yeah, I tell you what. Some of the passing lanes you can get on the 4-2-2. And you see there again, my right CDM breaking forward because he is on get forward. Method to the madness. There is. Love it. Go on, Griezmann. Go on, Griezmann. Oh, it's beautiful. And my first opponent is going to rage quit out of here. Bye-bye, Sakis Jr. Beautiful. Griezmann. Eto'o. Eto'o. Oh, I love it. Oh, the 4-2-2, I'm telling you, is so good. So good. Nice. Nice. Oh, beautiful. Getting the ball to the ram. Playing a lovely ball inside to my right-sided striker, who then plays a lovely ball into my left-sided striker. It's why I love the 4-2-2. So easy. Go on, Eto'o. Go on, lad. Oh, he's in. He's in. I mean, that is the worst shot I think I've ever done. I think he even red-timed the shot. That's probably my second opponent that's going to quit. And that right there is my brand new updated 4-2-2 custom tactics video for you guys. If you did enjoy this video, YouTube, you know the drill. Drop it a like for me. Drop a comment down below. And please hit that subscribe button to my channel. That would mean the world to me. Thank you for watching. Remember, spread the love and positivity. PMA, positive mental attitude. Peace out. One love.